Hello guys, welcome to today's video, and you're probably wondering why I'm making a Halloween item in March. Well, that's because my friend B just hit 200,000 subscribers on her channel, so I thought now would be a great time to make the innocent looking demon spawn herself, Dolly. Before I show you the footage, I just want to say I made this in a single day for 9 hours straight, and due to such short notice, I didn't have time to buy materials and just had to use what I had on hand. Anyway, let's get into it. First thing I did was figure out a pattern and make that to Dollie's size. Fun fact, I used to sew a lot of plushies before I knew how to make cosplay. Anyway, I put the clothing pieces aside because we of course need to make the body first, and I get some white fleece scraps. And of course cut those out. I cut out 2 of the arms as well. The first thing to sew was the darts that would form Dolly's neck, which I did by marking out where I wanted it and then used a ladder stitch to seal it up. After the neck darts were sewn in, I sewed both sides together, but left the very bottom of the legs open. Then trimmed the seams down, turned it inside out and put stuffing inside. I then did the same thing with the arms, of course leaving an opening so I could flip them inside out. Going back to the clothing patterns, I cut them out of some violet felt, and since the boots were going to make the rest of the leg, I decided to work on those first. Once the front and back of the boots were sewn on, I put them on the bottom of the legs and sewn them in place whilst adding on lace trim at the same time. After both were secure, I then sewed on the soles of the boots, but before closing it up entirely, I stuffed them with the fleece scraps from trimming the seams earlier. The sleeves were pretty simple, sewed them around the top, flipped them inside out, and attached them to the top of the arms. Moving on to the dress, I sewed both the sides together, flipped it inside out, and squished it onto the body. And just like what I did to the boots, when securing the dress to the body, I also added lace at the exact same time. Then I sewed lace trim to the bottom of the skirt. After that, I attached the arms on, which I did end up moving a bit higher up later on, though I don't know if I recorded that or not. As I said at the start of the video, I didn't have time to buy materials, and I also didn't have any purple buttons, so I had to paint some with acrylic paint. Now, did I wait long enough for the paint to dry before trying to attach them? No, I didn't, but I think it was about 10 PM by this time. I stitched on a smile using the same thread, and now it's wig time. I started on her bangs, which I did by tightly zigzagging one piece of wool across Dolly's forehead and securing each end in place, which if you look closely, I'm using 2 threaded needles at once to do, one to secure the top and one to secure the bottom. This was quite a big time skip, but anyway, how I'm making the rest of the hair is just by sewing the wool to the head and just making sure that both ends of the wool strand are a similar length to everything else. If you understand how wool pom-poms are made, then this probably makes sense to you. Now Dolly's hair was already getting kinda thick and I was running out of time and wool, so I decided to do the same thing that I did to make the bangs to fill in the giant bald patch on the back of the head. Yes, I'm basically giving Dolly an undercut. I decided the dress needed something more, so I added some lace trim just above the bottom of it. And here is Dolly, and I am quite proud of her actually, especially for a project I did in just a single day. Completely hand sewn as well, didn't need to get my sewing machine out. And look at that, she can sit too. And also, this is what she looks like when held. The only pastel things I own are pusheen. But yeah, I hope you guys like Dolly, and congrats beyond hitting 200k, you worked insanely hard to get there, and I hope you like my recreation of Dolly. Oh, and also look, you cannot see her undercut. The power of illusion. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.